Some of you are actually planning your retirement plan as we make this video, and you have gone ahead simply because agriculture is one of the key things you have on your top list, in your bucket list to retire with. You have gone ahead to hire consultants, and now these consultants, some of them you've hired, they are just all about let's invest, forgetting that it has to be sustainable investment. Now, if you're investing into fisheries, for instance, fisheries and aquaculture, you understand that when you invest this into these fisheries and then you have no feed or feeding these fish, you see that is a waste of time, because your consultants, some of them may not tell you, but I want you to understand that sustainable agriculture is what every investor, every consultant rather, should be preaching to you, for you that intend to invest into the agricultural sector as a retirement plan or even as a business. If you have a consultant and they are not telling you about sustainable agriculture, sustainable means to feed your livestock, feed your fish, when you're going into this business, then I can tell you that you are almost one step away from failure, because the cost for conventional feed continue to skyrocket every day. And if your consultant is not telling you about sustainable practice when you go into these sectors and then be able to feed your livestock at a subsidized rate, then I'm telling you for a fact that it is already a failure. So before you go into the agricultural sector, think about sustainable agriculture. Some of your consultants know nothing about the sustainable agriculture, but they go ahead pushing you to invest. When you invest, you see that you're not able to feed your livestock. In fact, any consultants that you're hiring and then they are not talking about sustainable ways of feeding your livestock or sustainable ways of getting fertilizers for your crop farm, then I can tell you that that consultant is not worth hiring their services. So before you hire a consultant, be sure that they are talking about sustainable agriculture. And when we talk about sustainable agriculture, we are focusing here more on black soldier fly farming. That is the aspect we are focusing on. For farmers to invest into the agricultural sector, they need to adopt a strategy that is sustainable. Else, when you go into farming, you see that you become a failure. But if you want to own a farm, do well to set aside space. Own a maggot farm, because maggot farming is sustainable. When you own a maggot farm, you can go ahead to set up any farm, build any farm you want to build, have any kind of pond you want to have there, any capacity. Now, before then, think about the capacity you're stocking, because maggot here is something that replaces 50% the use of the feed you want to be using on that farm if it's into crop production, if it's into livestock farming or fisheries. While crop production, you have to think about the fertilizer you'll be using on your crop farm. So come inside, let's explain this further to you. Because inside of this facility, this is where we are focusing on black soldier fly larvae production. And globally, we are willing to develop a facility for you like this, that you can be able to be producing this maggot. You'll be able to be producing this maggot there every day, feeding this maggot to your livestock when you own a livestock farm. So before you go into that livestock business, think about owning a maggot farm. Because when you own a maggot farm, 50% of your problems are solved, even if you're not getting it right with your figures. Because it is true that when you go into business, something that you're new into, you might not get it right with your figures, because after stocking your fish, after stocking your pigs, at the end of the day, you see that you'll be counting losses. And now, if you're counting losses, those losses becomes times 10, because you were depending on conventional feed and you were always buying this conventional feed. But if you rely on a sustainable agriculture, which is the black soldier fly, having a facility of the black soldier fly, producing your maggots there, producing your own organic fertilizer there, you see that you're reducing cost. Even if you miss your figures, you're still on the profit side, simply because these maggots, when you start making them, is almost a zero cost. It is a zero cost strategy. It is only your waste you require to be making these maggots. This dark substance is the organic fertilizer we are talking about. So before you go into the agricultural sector, please do well to set aside space. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because sustainable agriculture now is the best practice every farmer must adopt if they want to make profit, except you want to go there, waste away your capital, and then return back to your house crying. If you know you're not ready for that, do well to set aside space. We'll develop a commercial maggot farm for you. You even start making this maggot there before you start your fish farm, your pig farm, your poultry farm. So if you have that capacity, you can engage with us. We'll go there, develop a farm for you, train you on the best management practice. If you're starting on a small scale, we can also put you through. So to get started, share this video, drop a comment below, and tell us you'd like to own a maggot farm. You're welcome.